Illinois Schoolyard Habitat Action Grant. Schoolyard Habitat Action Grant projects in the next generation science standards. Middle school. Developing and using a wildlife habitat area can assist your students in meeting performance expectations of some of the next generation science standards. In this program, we will provide suggestions for making these connections. Please do not be limited by these suggestions. Your curriculum and your ingenuity are important factors in determining how you utilize the habitat area in your teaching. The interdisciplinary nature of the habitat area can allow you to incorporate other Common Core standards as well. MS-LS1-4. Use argument based on empirical evidence and scientific reasoning to support an explanation for how characteristic animal behaviors and specialized plant structures affect the probability of successful reproduction of animals and plants, respectively. Students can observe plants and animals in the garden throughout the year. Birds, squirrels, insects, and plants in the garden should provide good subjects for study. After making initial observations, students should select several characteristic behaviors and/or traits per species on which to collect and record data. These behaviors and/or traits should be selected from the student's perception that they are necessary for survival of the observed species. Students should make and record observations of these behaviors and/or traits at regular intervals throughout the year. At the end of the year, each student should explain why the adaptations he/she selected are effective and necessary for survival of these species and be ready to defend his or her reasoning. If you have a wetland garden, frogs, toads, geese, ducks, and other organisms may also be observed. MS-LS1-5. Construct a scientific explanation based on evidence for how environmental and genetic factors influence the growth of organisms. Over time, the plants in the habitat area may show the effects of drought, excessive rainfall, extreme cold, abundance of insects, and other factors. If you water the habitat area regularly, the students could measure, record, and compare the growth and condition of plants in the habitat area to similar plants in areas that are only receiving natural rainfall. They should keep track of the amount of natural precipitation for the non-watered plants, as well as the amount of water provided to the other plants, plus the rainfall they are also receiving. At the end of the year, any differences should be noted and explained. If you don't water the habitat area regularly, the students could photograph and record growth data about the plants in the habitat area, as well as measure and record weather data. This information could be used for data and trends analysis in this and subsequent classes for a long-term project. Different species from the same plant genus could be planted as part of the project to note growth differences under similar conditions and relate to genetic factors.